Hi there, in this tutorial, we're going to run through the steps to create a new message type. So what is a message type? Well, if we navigate to the Actonic Lightning application and open the message types tab, we'll see a list of available message types. Some of these were uh, previously created when you installed the application. And essentially, a message type refers to an individual use case for Actonic. So that might be a notification or a prompt message. And the message type is crucial because it controls various details such as the content that will be displayed in the message and the detail available. It's the design, how it will appear, the actions that will be available via the action menu, and how that message will be delivered, and various other bits and pieces. So it's quite a crucial piece of the configuration here. So how to create a new message type? We'll go to the message type tab and we'll click new and we'll give our message type a name. So let's say lead assigned to user. Now you notice as I've given that message type a name that a developer name has appeared. This is relevant if you wish to publish this notification using Flow. So there are various ways to automate your messages, including some unique features to the Actonic application, such as a lightweight notification builder. However, if you have some unique requirements and you're familiar with Flow, you can post Actonic messages using Flow, and all you need is this developer name here to do that. Then it's about adjusting the default message. The message is, of course, required. It's the core message that appears right here. So you have been assigned a new lead. This message can be replaced by the tool that's automating the message as well. So if you want to merge in additional details and personalization strings, you can do that at a later date, but we just need to apply a default one for now. I'm going to skip a few settings here, but it's always worth looking into our documentation because we're constantly evolving the product as well. So you may see some additional settings appear as you look through. But for now, I'm going to highlight some of the key settings. So the next one I want to talk about is the data type. This is really important because if your message is going to be linked to a particular type of record, then you're going to want to select a data type. So for example, here's our lead assigned to user use case is very much tied to a lead record. So if I click here and I choose the lead option, what that's going to do is that's going to mean that I can only ever use this with lead records, but it also means that it's going to open up access to a number of specific actions that are supported for the lead object in this step here, but I'm skipping ahead now. I'll jump back for a moment. So the next step then is to design your message. You can choose from a host of out of the box icons to choose from. You can change the coloring of it, the message background and the text color to really make it pop and stand out and make it recognizable and relevant for your users. So I'm going to choose the lead icon here and we'll go to the next step. Now we're going to choose and configure a few settings. So these settings control what the users will be able to do when they receive the message. Like, can they close it? Can they snooze the message? Which details will be available via hover menu. This is one of my favorites because when you have a build-up of notifications, you don't want to have to click through to the record to understand some key details about the case or the lead or the opportunity. You want to be able to quickly hover over, see the important information, and then take quick decisive action from there. And so by adding and choosing your fields here, this is where they'll appear. Obviously, this is demo data here, but that's where it will appear. Another nice feature is the manage preferences feature. So if you enable this allows the user to choose how they're notified. So it's a standard action that will appear here. And if they click that, they'll be able to choose from a menu of delivery options to decide whether they want to get an email notification or a mobile push notification or both or not at all, or whether they want it to pop up or do a subtle highlight. Only if the delivery settings can be all put and hyper personalized basically to their preferences. So if you've got something that isn't time critical and you're happy to give them the control over their notification, this really helps drive adoption. The next step then is to plug in our message actions. We like to say that, alerts without actions is essentially half a solution. So here we can plug in our automations to make their lives easier. Typically, if it's not a piece of information, just an FYI, it's usually going to be a call to action of some kind. So these actions will help them to take the next steps with a few clicks. That might be to log a call, might be to close the lead, maybe to rediarize, potentially to create a new task or to send an email. just simply to edit the lead. And you can even plug in your custom built flows, screen flows, auto launch flows, and Apex code as well. So you've got limitless possibilities here. And when you're happy with your selection, click confirm. Really important step that just add it, but you're going to have to save it a bit later as well to submit those changes. And there are various other settings that you can do here. So if I open up action settings, you can override the label or the name of the action with a custom label that's specific to this use case. You can add help text and direction for your users. That'll be visible via a hover menu and various other options here. So yeah, again, please do check our documentation. Great. So the next step then is to choose the delivery. So how do we want this message to be delivered by default? Do we want it to pop up? Do we want it to fire a toast message? Do we want it to do a subtle highlight? Do we want it to send an email? All of these options are in your control, and you can choose from a combination of any of these. These are not exclusive ways of notifying, so you can add a combination of them to fit the use case. So I'm going to add pop utility, toast message, and I'm going to make sure that we send an email as well. So the click of a button, we've got our email enabled. I'm also going to send a mobile push notification via the Salesforce app as well, as you can see here. So I'll enable that as well. And then the final thing to mention is probably out of scope for this demo, but we have got this message call out feature, which essentially forwards the message to an external application. So if you wanted to post to a Slack channel or a Teams channel, this will be the vehicle to do that. So when we're happy with our settings, we're going to quickly save the message type. And that's it. That is how we create a new message type. And now the next step is to automate our message, which will be covered in separate videos because there's multiple ways to do that. Again, you can use Flow or you can use Act on its notification builder. But if I quickly close this by firing a test message, and we can see that our message being delivered via the inbox. 3, 2, 1. There we are. Slight delay there, but we did get it. So that's the creating of a new message type. If you have any questions, please do reach out to us at help@overlayapps.com and we'll be happy to help you. Thank you very much for watching.